Greetings and good evening, one and all. I am Dr. Wolf, and I managed to make my way over to a BYU Bronies party on Nightmare Night this week. I don't often go visit their events in person, but whenever it's a holiday thing, I try to get out there and step outside of my comfort zone a little bit, because it's still hard for me to interact with people face to face. Conventions, it's a little bit easier because people come up and say, hey, you're Dr. Wolf, let me have your picture, and then I can go on and do something else. But having lengthy conversations has always been difficult for me, so I'm trying to practice do more of these vlogs, and let's see what we come up with. If everyone wants to say a quick hi here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. A quick hi here.
Yeah, that'll work. That gentleman over there, Mr. David Halliday, he's the one who's been organizing a lot of these events for the BYU Bronies, and especially when it comes to Crystal Mountain PonyCon.
That's right.
So
Because he's just that awesome?
yeah.
No, good. We're gonna be
Oh,
good.
and
Right. Don't forget.
Oh, one more here?
Yeah.
Oh, one more. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So we were having a general discussion about what goes into my channel and what works and what doesn't, and it finally reached a point where I said, you know what, let me turn on a camera. Let's just start recording some of this stuff, because I'm sure that my audience would like to know a few of these things, and while I'm at it, I can talk about a couple of other things, some good news and some bad news as regard to my channel. But I'm trying to remember, what was the question you guys were asking me earlier?
Was it about like your YouTube views? Like,
It was
what videos get the most views and what ones don't, and how
yeah,
that
the
works?
most popular videos.
Yeah.
The idea of what you can't really identify what's going to go viral.
No.
You were talking about how the most popular thing on your channel is that comic drama, and you spent 10 minutes on it, and it just blew up completely.
Right.
As opposed to these other projects.
Like the one with Dr. Wolf with Fluttershy doesn't have nearly as many views, even though you spent more time on it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I have
And-
to admit.
Yeah, and how the internet is just legion. You can't predict it.
Right. This is something that I have never been able to figure out with YouTube, honestly. I've been making over 500 videos over the course of more than 2 years, and I still don't know how to predict what videos will work and what ones won't. And just like they were saying earlier, the most popular video on my channel by far is a comic dub. A comic dub that I spent literally 10 minutes recording my lines for, and somebody else had done the editing. Thank you for that, by the way. I was Rarity Fangirl. So yeah, big thanks for that. I look at that video and I'm glad to see that so many people like it, but I just can't figure out why it had become so popular. When I look at other projects on my channel, especially some of the A Moment with Dr. Wolf series, like the Fluttershy's Therapy Visit and the Applejack Therapy Visit and the Pinkie Pie Therapy Visit, none of those have anywhere remotely as many views as this one comic dub. I think it has something like 650,000 views at this point. That's still insane about why that one sticks out more than anything else, because my second most popular video doesn't even have 250,000 views. It's just something I'm attempting to learn. It probably has to do with thumbnail art, probably has to do with what you're titling it, and it probably has to do with the fact that maybe it's just really short and people prefer short videos. But a couple of other people have some ideas here.
Yeah, short and sweet is one of the things that tends to be a big thing for a viral video. But it occurred to me, the viral videos, they do have a lot of views, but at the same time, you could think that those views are kind of deceptive in what they're saying. I mean, everybody kind of assumes that when you have a video that has tons of views, that lots of people really like it. But at the same time, they're not very meaningful views. I mean, it's like, hey, that's funny. Oh, I'll share it with somebody else, and then it's out of their head the next day. I'd like to think that a lot of the things that you have dedicated a lot of time to are more meaningful to the views that are racked up on those on those movies tend to be a bit more heartfelt and meaningful. But at the same time, when somebody watches them, I mean, I'm speaking my own experience here. When I've seen your videos, a lot of the points that you make and a lot of the things that you do, I was like, it resonates with me, and I like it. But at the same time, I can't really share it with too many people because it's very targeted. It's very personal. It's kind of a two-way connection, not so much a blast out to everybody.
I was also thinking about viral videos. Not only do they tend to be short, but I feel like they just tend to be superficial. Like the Charlie Bit Me viral video. It's just two brothers interacting in a video, not very long, and that one went viral, but it's not much to it, really. And a lot of other viral videos are the same way. But the projects you put more thought into, they might not go viral, but maybe that doesn't matter because the superficial ones are always going to be the ones that go viral. Like one of my favorites, I'll admit, was a video I think you were talking with Tarek, and it actually made me cry. I loved it so much, but I felt like I couldn't share it because I knew a lot about you and I knew why it touched me. But it would take longer for someone else to catch on to it. While if it's like a cat video, it's easier to share without any context.
Yeah, the internet thrives in the short and sweet. I spend a lot of time making GIFs on Reddit, and things will blow up, and that's just GIFs. And GIFs thrive there because no sound, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, the internet, it's hard to just do videos alone because it does take time to share something or to produce something, and so the easiest way to do something is a GIF or just an image. I think that's why there's so many images in the fandom that also get really popular.
We got into a little bit of discussion about the bad news on my channel. In case some of you were wondering about the Crusaders of the Lost Mark review that I put out a few weeks ago, it's gone. YouTube took it down. And they put a strike on my channel. This is the first strike I've ever received, and the information that they sent with it just makes no sense, that my material is for some reason inappropriate, that they're saying something about YouTube is discouraging spam, and I don't see how that video could possibly be merited as such. So I'm a little confused about how and why that happened, but I am attempting to appeal. That could take weeks for them to get back to me, though. I have no idea about the YouTube system itself. I don't know who looks into those videos and who decides what is good and what isn't. And at this point, there are a few negative consequences for my channel. First off, I can't do live streams anymore. They won't let me, one bit. I can't monetize videos, and most importantly, I can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes. Now, for a lot of my videos, that's not a problem, but for the dramatic readings, I have more than a couple dramatic reading videos right now waiting to be uploaded. And now I can't do anything with them. I can maybe split them up into 2 sections, but that's a little redundant, and that would be very confusing for people in the future. So I'm feeling a bit stuck at the moment, but I can still upload content. I was able to upload my review of Scaremaster earlier today, so thankfully people are still able to watch that. But for anyone who is curious about the Crusaders of the Lost Mark review, it's been taken down. I don't know why. I have my doubts that YouTube is ever going to explain themselves, because last year when my entire channel had been taken down for a few days, they still hadn't explained why when they brought it back. So yeah, that's the situation I'm in right now. A bit of bad news, but for those who are wondering, my channel has a strike because of the Crusaders of the Lost Mark review, and that's no longer available on my channel. Hopefully I can bring that back, but I have no idea how long that'll take. And while I'm at it, I wanted to try and reignite a bit of a discussion with the other BYU Bronies here, if you all want to chime in a bit.
Well, like I was saying, the fact you described to us the nature of the strike. It was flagging it as spam for some reason, going on about how it was pulling away from YouTube. It wasn't necessarily a flag of copyright, it was a flag of spam. And to me, that sounds like either YouTube being dumb or a troll coming on and flagging it as spam or something like that. That's what it sounds like to me. But
at least it wasn't a copyright claim.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because that's gotten other, like Jan Animations and other people in trouble before.
And wasn't it a copyright claim that got your channel completely taken down the first time?
Actually, to this day, as I mentioned, I still don't know why my entire channel had been taken down for a few days back in 2014. It was just completely out of the blue. The only message I got from YouTube when the channel was taken down is that you have violated YouTube's community guidelines. You're not allowed to create another channel and nothing more. And when they brought the channel back a few days later, they just basically said, your channel has been reinstated. No explanation. To this day, I don't know why my channel had been taken down in the first place. I was just immensely glad that I had been given back everything I had worked so hard to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So, the first time, this is my own assumptions here, but the first time it sounded like it was a copyright. I'm trying to talk here. It stinks of copyright the first time when your channel was taken down, but this time it doesn't feel like that. It feels like either a mistake or somebody being a troll.
Yeah. Honestly, claiming it for counts of spam makes it just sound like maybe he uploaded a lot of videos at once and that alarmed someone, that's still weird though. But that's the only thing I can think of when it's calling it spam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how many videos do you upload, like, in just one day?
In one day?
Yeah, or is it just on a weekly basis? I can't.
Well, since I became a YouTube partner, they allow you to schedule videos when you upload them. So there will be times where I'll go for weeks without uploading anything because I've gotten that far ahead on uploading videos. And then there will be one day where I will upload as many as 6 or even 8 to schedule over the next few weeks. And that doesn't happen very often. Most of the time I'm uploading videos that get released immediately. Those are the reviews because I tend to put those out of the same day as the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I got the message from YouTube a couple days ago, it was back on Friday, I didn't have anything scheduled to come out except for the Pony Python and the Holy Grail video, as well as the Hearthbreakers review that was coming out on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I only had 2 videos waiting to be released. That's it. So I don't think it has anything to do with that, personally.
YouTube's just confusing. That's all I can get out of it.
Yeah, and you never quite know when somebody or something or whatever have you is going to sneak up on you. I mean, on my own channel, I've kind of gone through something similar. I haven't ever received a strike, but I've been kind of cowed into submission a couple of times. Like, specifically, what I'm most known for is comic stuff. And what happened was the creator of those comics, it's a mainstream comic, and on his forum, he mentioned, he's like, I hate my own rules because this is good stuff, but it's tantamount to a full scan, so I can't endorse it. So based on what he said, I mean, he said he liked it, but he can't endorse it. So, and that kind of discouraged me because, like, people like what I put out, but at the same time, I don't want them to go without what they like because those videos are still getting views. So I'm like, I don't want to get on the bad side. Mm-hmm. So I kind of, it's not the same place, but I kind of feel it.
Yeah. Well, normally I'd be going into these conversations a lot longer, but I'm looking at the timer on this video thus far, and I'm thinking, oh wait, I can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to do a quick wrap-up just to make sure that I don't go over the amount of time we can use all the material we have here. But I will certainly let people know when the strike gets taken off my channel. I would love to figure out why, but even if YouTube takes it off, I doubt they're going to explain themselves again. And I'll just make do best I can. In the meantime, though, I would like to hear your thoughts, any of your suggestions, and if you have any questions for me, I'll try to answer them in the comments below. As per usual, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.